You don't experience the world, you experience your nervous system. Hello there, I'm so glad to have you here today. I am Steven, a somatic coach specialized in anxiety management and recovery. And today I will share with you why I will always insist on nervous system regulation. Picture it this way. Through your five senses, the sensory nerves send information to your brain so it can act accordingly to what's happening in the environment. Every inch of your physical body is innervated by your nervous system. This means that you cannot think nor act out of it. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you relate to others, the way you communicate, the way you act, the way you react, the way you cope are tightly related to your nervous system function. On top of it all, your nervous system also controls everything that happens in your body. If there is an imbalance in your digestive system, most likely your nervous system has to do with it. If your heart palpitations are not coherent, most likely it's because of nervous system dysregulation. Everything that happens in your body is controlled by your nervous system, and depending on how regulated slash dysregulated it is how your body is going to perform, as well as your mind and your emotions. I'm giving you this introduction so you can start to picture how important your nervous system is on a daily basis, even if you're not aware of it. If you want to have a coherent, balanced, meaningful, and healthy lifestyle, you need to learn to interact with your nervous system. You need to learn how to talk to your nervous system, because there is no way you can talk your nervous system out of anxiety, dysregulation, or trauma. Life can be beautiful. I'm pretty sure you have gone through things in life that were super worth living. I'm pretty sure you have experienced things that made you feel connection, made you feel belonging, made you feel joy, made you feel proud, you name it. However, life is about polarities, and let's face it, I'm pretty sure you have also gone through things that were too much to bear with. Maybe you went through experiences that were too fast, too sudden, too soon, too slow, too little, or too much, and your brain never had the chance to integrate them. No matter when that happened or what it happened, if that experience left a big emotional imprint in your system and you have not been able to help your brain metabolize it, most likely your nervous system is still carrying that input, and one way or another, it's having a consequence in your life. Maybe this sounds abstract for you, but once you start working on this with the help of someone, for instance, or once you start doing your research and reflecting on your life story and observing how your life is currently displaying, you will get it much better. To give you a tangible example, on the previous video where I talk about my experience with anxiety, part of it, I talked about one of the things, what I went through with my mom when I was little. That experience was too fast, too sudden, too soon, and I was not able to help my brain metabolize that for a long time. So something that started as anxiety and something that started as feeling a knot in my throat ended up becoming an autoimmune disease. I'm far from trying to scare you. However, I am sharing this with you to help you raise awareness and to help you open up to the full picture of what's happening in your life. There is no way you will be able to walk through your life if you only engage your mind. You also need to engage your body. And that's why I will always insist on nervous system regulation. Not only because nervous system regulation helps you have a more coherent lifestyle, in the sense that nervous system regulation, for example, helps your brain and your body overall help you rest. Your nervous system regulation helps you recover a good quality sleep. Not only that, nervous system regulation will help strengthen it, therefore make it more resilient. So this means that as you live life, you feel less triggered by stress and you can cope with it in a more coherent way. Side note, nervous system regulation is not about living a calm life because life is not calming all the time. There are moments in which we feel challenged, and those moments for sure you will feel triggered because you are living a human experience in which you experience a good range of emotions. But nervous system regulation will help you go through the stress and then bounce back from it. Nervous system regulation will help you experience all the range of emotions that you might be going through, but don't get too attached to them. Nervous system regulation will also help your mind become sharper and also calmer. The overthinking that you might be struggling with will start to ease. Because overthinking is not a mind issue, it's simply a consequence of nervous system dysregulation. Therefore, it's a body issue affecting the mind. On a deeper level and more emotional level, nervous system regulation strengthens your nervous system not only to help you deal with stress, but also it widens the window of tolerance. And in short words, it means that your nervous system becomes stronger, so it helps you sit with whatever needs to be consciously integrated by your brain. Basically, this means that in order to work on the rough things you have gone through in life, if you feel like you're still not ready, it's because that's your body telling you that it's still not time because there's no capacity to connect with that. And it's not about connecting with the story because some things don't need to be remembered that way. It's about connecting with the emotions that were created during the experience and your brain could never consciously metabolize. If you know that you need to work on some trauma, you don't need to talk about it. You gotta do some type of body based therapy. Circling back to nervous system regulation, there are many ways in which this can happen. The way I do it, it's super unambitious, it's quite lazily. It's through super simple exercises that you do with your body, but also it's through really simple breathwork techniques. It's super unambitious, and you don't need to engage in super long meditations. You don't need to engage in 1 hour sessions. For example, I have some online programs, self-paced programs for anxiety recovery. And the first module is 14 days, the other one is 24 days, and the most complete one is 45 days. I'm going to be talking more in depth about why somatic therapy is so effective and how it works in another video. But for now, what I want to say is that nervous system regulation doesn't need to be complex. It doesn't need to be pushy, and it doesn't need to be too much. I will be sharing more about this, so I'm not gonna explain too much about it in this video. But for now, this is what I want to share with you. I will always insist on nervous system regulation because you can't have a good quality life if your body is not regulated. You can't have good ideas, be connected to your creativity, feel energetic, and feel motivated to live life if your nervous system is dysregulated. If you have felt trapped in your body symptoms, either physical, mental, or emotional, let me tell you there's a way out. I highly suggest you watching the video about my story with anxiety because most likely you will resonate to a certain extent. And also on top of it all, soon I will start sharing longer practices so you can experience what nervous system regulation is about. So make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching all the way here. See you on the next one.